Hello, my name is John Rose. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'd like to show you my workout routine that I am doing currently as of 2020. I slightly modify my routines throughout the year as I go. Normally I've been doing just a maintenance program for quite some time now. Although when the Game Changers came out, I decided to bump up my routine a little bit and I added quite a few more exercises to my weight training program. In the past, all I've done is just try to maintain what I have by working my chest and my back, by pushing out and pulling back, bench presses and lat pulls, and I've done some videos on that where I even use my body weight, and I'll put links down below to all my exercise videos so you can check those out. Today what you're going to see is how I modified my workout shortly after the Game Changers came in town, September 2019. The Game Changers is going to change the world because they're helping people realize what I realized well over 30-some years ago when I changed my diet and I quit eating animals. My endurance levels skyrocketed. I got really excited, and as a result, it's made me the man I am today because I wanted to know more. And the more you know, the more you know you don't know, because biology is not an exact science. But they're learning more and more about how the body works, and I'll be doing some more follow-up videos on that in the upcoming months to come. Although I am taking a break at this time of the year, but I'm going to go ahead and do this special video here to show you the workout I'm doing currently. Now, as I mentioned, when the Game Changers came in town in the middle of September, I decided to bump up my routine. And I did that for 2 months. And then after 2 months, I said, I'm not sure I like where this is going. I don't want to get too big and bulky. So I cut that back down. Instead of doing 3 reps of everything, I'm only doing 1 rep of everything. And that's what I'm going to do today. And I do 1 rep of everything except for my legs. And for the bench press and my lat pulls, I'm really supersetting. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. Instead of doing my regular 3 sets of bench presses, where I alternate bench press, lat pull, work back to back, and boom, 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 knock it out in 4 or 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and do a superset where I'm going to start with a couple 100 pounds, drop it down to 100 pounds, drop it down to half of that again, and do 3 in a row. And then I'm going to come straight over here and do some horizontal lat pulls with the machine. Then I'm going to come over here with some dumbbells and use individual lat pulls with some dumbbells. So I'm sort of supersetting that also. Now, what I'm adding different now is I'm gone back to some military presses. And in addition to that, I'm doing some shoulder shrugs this way, but then I come over here on the machine, and when I can pull down, I can also do shoulder shrugs this way. So I'm going to do shoulder shrugs this way, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull down also. And then I'm going to do something I've avoided for many, many years, and that is to work my triceps and my biceps. I did that just the opposite. My biceps and my triceps. I don't want this part of my body to get too big because it's going to make me disproportional in my views. I want my forearm to be a little bit bigger so that I look more slender and slim. And then I'm going to do 3 leg routines where I'm doing some simple calf raises. I'm going to do a couple 100 of those. I'll do 3 sets of that, and I'll do some leg extensions and some leg curls on the machine over here. I normally don't do that since I do a lot of bike riding. I felt like I really haven't had a need to work my legs. But since I've been more of a philosopher when I'm out in nature, wanting my blood to go to my brain instead of my muscles, I really don't get out there and push it that much anymore. So my legs do need a little bit of work, and I'm kind of catching up on that. And I did back off of that. Again, 2 months, I was doing 3 sets of all these new routines, and then after 2 months, I knocked it back down to 1 rep of everything. But then just this week, starting Monday, today is the 3rd of January 2020, Friday. On Monday, I said, let me go ahead and bump up the legs back up and start doing 3 sets of each of those again, especially since I'm not going to be able to do much biking this time of year. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and do something I normally don't do is I'm going to edit this video. I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up. I think I can get away with just setting it up in one angle. I can be able to tape everything on this machine over here, and then I'll have to set it up differently for the individual weights over there. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now, and go ahead and change the camera angle around, and I'll show you what my routine looks like for 2020. Okay, here I go. This will be my first part of my routine where I'm going to be working my chest. I'm going to start with 190 pounds, do 10 reps of that, drop it down to 100, do 10 reps of that, and drop it down to 60, do 10 reps of that. Then I'll switch it and work my back. First thing we want to do, always make sure that we push our abdominal muscles flat so the small of the back disappears in our back. We want to have a straight back. Remember, we always tighten the transverse abdominal muscles whenever we exercise, especially when lifting weights, to keep our back perfectly straight. What we want to do is we want to exhale as we exert. Drop it down to 100. Back flat. Breathe in and exhale as you push out. And drop it down one more time, drop it down to 60. All right. One set out of the way. Okay, that was my first set. Now I'm going to go ahead and work my back. Remember, whenever we do anything one direction, we're pushing this way, we're working the antagonistic muscles at the same time to stabilize ourselves. So it's always good to work these back to back. Of course, I would normally want to go, I wouldn't want any time lapse in between the two sets, but I had to set the camera up. Now, when I pull back, pay attention to how I'm trying to pull my shoulder blades together when I bring it all the way back. Hopefully that will show up in this video. All right, I did 12 reps that time. I'm using a lighter weight. I'm working with only 130 instead of 140. And I weigh around 144, 145. So I'm doing my body weight, but when I do 140 on this machine, I can do the weight, but I don't have really good form. So it's really important that we have good form throughout our movements. Next, I'm going to keep working my lats, but I'm going to do them with dumbbells here in a second. So I should have brought that darn thing over here. I think I'm going to do that. Instead of going over there, I'm going to bring this over here. See you in a second. Okay, now I'm going to be using a 50-pound dumbbell to work with on my lats, horizontal rows, individually. Real important not to come too far up. You can injure yourself doing that. Switch this over to the other side. See if I can do this without editing. I think I can. Only thing different, different arm. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my legs. Give myself a break from upper body. I'm going to be doing some calf raises, leg extensions, and leg curls. Let me set the camera up for you guys. Okay, now it's time to work the legs. I'm going to start with my calves. I'm going to try to set the camera up so you get a little bit of light on my calves so you can see my calves in action. Well, let's give it a try. All right, that was 200 toe raises. Interesting how my little bitty calf muscle can do that all the time and yet go down on one leg, come back up. How hard is that? It's called a first-class lever system. Okay, moving on to leg extensions. I'm only doing 140 pounds, doing 12 reps, and here I go. Switch it around. And take it to 80 pounds and I'll do my curls. All right, moving on. Now that I've just done my legs, I'm gonna finish working my upper body. I'm gonna do some military press now with some 40-pound dumbbells. Hopefully I can get farther enough away from you so you can see my back working. Wait till right here, let me grab those and get those out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and turn around, get a little closer to the mirror. That's what it looks like from the back. Whoa! From that, I'm gonna go straight to shoulder shrugs. Got those 50-pound dumbbell weights, and I'm gonna do 20 shrugs. All right. Okay, I just finished doing my military presses and my shoulder shrugs. I'm gonna do another variation of a shoulder shrug, except I'm gonna do a shoulder shrug like this, followed by a complete lat pull down. All right, now all I have left to do will be some triceps and some biceps. Coming up. All right, now I'm gonna work my triceps. Again, this is something I normally don't do, the triceps and biceps, because I'm also working them whenever I'm pushing and pulling. So I don't do too many reps of these, or sets rather. The key here is when you extend, you gotta really focus on your tricep and tighten the muscle. One more to go, biceps. All right, folks. That's my workout routine for 2020. Basically, it's a maintenance program. I'm not doing 3 sets of everything except for the legs. I did 3 sets of everything for about 2 months. Started augmenting my body too much. I don't want that to happen. I prefer a leaner look. If I do too many curls, my biceps get too big, and I don't like the way they look. I get criticized, oh, John, you got wimpy arms. I don't want them getting any bigger. It's going to make me look lopsided. The key is, you gotta exercise your body. You got all these muscles and joints and connective tissue, fascia, and we have to realize how they all work together. So in order to be healthy, it all begins with diet. Be sure to check out my video, What is the Healthiest Diet for Humans? I'll put a link down below. And the best way to really start off a new year the right way is take a solid food vacation. Be sure to check out my playlist, 32 videos, 2-hour seminar, to help you clean out all that gunk you got inside your pipe, so when you start getting a leaner and fitter body, you'll be able to see what it looks like and won't be covered with a bunch of filth. And when you can do that, I can guarantee you, ow, you're in for a treat.